In a quiet village, far from the noise of the city, every night a strange shadow appeared near the old trees. People said a jinn lived there, a shadow that watched anyone who crossed the path after sunset. Most people did not believe the story until one night. One boy was returning home late. The streets were empty, silent, and cold. As he walked under the dim streetlight, he felt someone behind him. Soft footsteps, slow, dragging, as if someone very tall was walking without lifting their feet properly. He stopped and turned around, but the cold air became heavier. Something felt wrong. He tried to ignore the feeling and walked faster. Then he saw it. A tall black shadow stood near the trees, not touching the ground, not having a face, just a thin, dark figure staring at him from the darkness. The boy froze. His heartbeat grew louder. His legs felt weak. The shadow slowly moved toward him, its long hands stretching, its head tilting unnaturally, its whole body shaking like smoke in the wind. The boy stepped back, but the shadow kept coming closer. Its body moved without sound, without weight, like smoke sliding across the ground. The air around him grew colder, and even his breathing felt heavy. The shadow whispered something. A soft, broken voice calling his name, even though he never told anyone he would be walking there. He panicked and turned around. He ran as fast as he could through the silent streets. His footsteps echoed, but behind him there was no sound. Yet he felt the shadow following him, gliding faster than his running. When he reached the main road, he stopped to breathe. His chest was tight, his hands shaking. Then he felt it again, a cold presence right behind him. He turned slowly. The shadow was standing only a few steps away, taller than before, thinner. Its face still empty, but its presence felt heavier, like it was draining the air around him. The shadow raised its long hand and gently touched his shoulder. In that moment, everything around him went silent. The streetlights flickered, the sound of insects stopped, even the wind froze. The boy squeezed his eyes shut and whispered, "Please, leave me." He opened his eyes. The shadow had vanished. The road was empty again. But something was wrong, very wrong. He looked down at the ground. His shadow was missing. The boy looked at the ground in shock. There was light, but his shadow was gone. He stepped to the left, and still no shadow. He stepped to the right, and still nothing. A deep fear spread inside him. He whispered to himself that this cannot be real. He walked toward his home quickly and kept looking at the ground again and again, but there was no shadow at all. When he reached home, he shut the door and locked it. His breathing was fast and his hands were shaking. He sat on the floor and tried to calm himself. Maybe he was tired. Maybe he imagined everything. Then he heard a soft voice in the room behind him. A whisper saying, "I am still here." He turned around instantly. In the dark corner of his room, something moved. The same tall shadow slowly appeared on the wall, and it grew bigger, and the room became colder. But this time, the shadow was not standing behind him. It was standing exactly where his real shadow was supposed to be. The shadow lifted its head slowly, and even though it had no face, he felt that it was smiling at him. The whisper came again, saying, "You lost your shadow, because now I am your shadow." The boy could not speak. He could not move. He could only watch as the Jinn shadow attached itself to his feet and copied his movements like a dark reflection. From that night onward, wherever he went, a second shadow followed him. It was not his shadow, and it was not human. The Jinn shadow had chosen him.